Do you know what the term meme means?
Memes son muy populares.
Museum for
Well, now there's a whole museum dedicated to this.
I'm gonna need a drink for this one. All right, guys, so pretty much after the last video about making $20,000 a month using print equipment in my apartment, this is pretty much what happened right after that. My housing provider, AKA landlord, he knew that we were using the space to print shirts and stuff like that. So he actually had a tenant in his old storefront that had to leave. She was there for 5 years, wonderful person. But because of COVID, it kind of impacted her store, and so she had to get out of there. And so my landlord made me an offer. So you can move into this storefront, you can use it for your print stuff, and in the flip side, you're gonna be helping me out because I'll let you rent it for really cheap while I try to find a long-term tenant, which could be a while because again, this was during COVID. So I took his offer, right? I want to go check out the space, beautiful space. It's pretty huge, and it's a storefront in a prime area in Wicker Park / Humboldt Park in Chicago. Busy area, lots of traffic. So it was like, cool, this is gonna be awesome. Like, we're gonna get a cheap space and we could do a print shop up from here, you know, and operate and have possibly walk-in traffic. So I was like, great. Then I go down the block, and there's another print shop literally 1 block away, established, you know, been there for probably a couple years. And I was like, oh, you know what? Like, I don't want to open another print shop when there's a print shop literally right down the block. Like, it just doesn't make sense. So at this point, I already committed. I already said I'm taking the spot. And so now I'm starting to think of ways like, how can I use the print equipment that I have, like the iColor 800W and stuff, and all the heat presses that we have, and like, how can we make money, but without being a print shop? And so one of the questions I started asking myself, like, what's something that's gonna make people wanna walk into our storefront and buy stuff? Walk into a store, especially during COVID, and wanna buy stuff. Like, how can I attract people in here? And out of nowhere, this brilliant idea came into my mind. Memes. I was like, memes are relatable. People love memes. And I was like, I'm gonna open a meme museum. And man, I'm telling you, as soon as I got the idea, I committed. Like, there was no going back. I remember I told my business partner, like, we're gonna open a meme museum. And all I heard her say was, huh. And just look at me and be like, okay. I wasn't thinking about how I was gonna make it, like what's gonna happen. Like, this is a brilliant idea, I gotta run with it. So first things first, I made a quick graphic design using images and memes from the internet to set up like a Eventbrite page. And I put like a general description of what our meme museum should be, or what, you know, what people should expect. I set the opening date to be in like 30 to 45 days from now. That way it gives me a little bit of time, but I also wanted to, like, you know, get it up and running fast. So it gave me time to figure out what I needed to build and what the meme museum was, right? I also set it as a free event because I didn't really know if what I was gonna make was even gonna be worth charging for. And so I was like, you know what, this is gonna be free. Like, I just wanna get people to listen to us, like brand exposure, right? To see us, you know, and that way no one will be asking for refunds because it's free. And so the way that this was gonna tie in with the print shop stuff was that, you know, the meme museum was gonna be free. It was gonna be a cool experience, whatever it was. And we were gonna sell merch. Like, let's make meme merch. Like, let's put memes on shirts. Let's just sell all of this type of stuff. And besides selling merch, I said, like, why don't we also do like a BYOB where people can pay like $20, $25 and they could bring their own booze or liquor and browse the museum with their friends. Like, wouldn't that be fun for adults? So that way, at least we can make a little bit of money from the event itself. Okay, so at this point, maybe like 5 days go by and I'm over here cleaning out the space and I'm buying paint because I'm just gonna paint the walls. I'm starting with the basic stuff, right? Like, so the storefront is just a vanilla box. It's just emptied out, and I'm just trying to figure out like, how, you know, what colors I'm gonna use for the walls and how to make it look nice and stuff. And while I'm doing this, I get a notification on my phone, right? So I check it out and it's an email and it's from Eventbrite. And it says, so-and-so is RSVPing for the meme museum. I was like, oh, cool. Then 1 hour later, I get another notification. Another person RSVP'd. And I keep getting these notifications like every couple of hours or so. So I'm like, oh, okay, people are looking at it on Eventbrite and probably purchasing tickets. So I'm like, cool, at least it's getting some traction. So I go to sleep that night after like a whole day of cleaning up. The next morning, I wake up to 43 emails from Eventbrite of people that RSVP'd to the meme museum. Why are so many people RSVPing? So I jumped out of bed and I went to the computer, right? I ended up doing a quick Google search for the meme museum. Boom. Riot Fest tweeted, made a blog about us. Secret Chicago, Dude 312 Chicago, Timeout Chicago, and the articles were everywhere. I was in shock. I was like, why are there articles about the meme museum? I just posted this. No one even knows what it's about. I don't even have pictures of the space. Like, what? And I kid you not, from that day on, I got 50 to 100 emails every day from Eventbrite of people RSVPing for the meme museum. But then the question started to grow on me. What is the meme museum? So I got to work, right? I started sketching out ideas. I started thinking about like, how can I make this fun and experience, something where people could come in and at least enjoy it? And I remember I was just having so many creative ideas and like going outside of the box and this and that, but I didn't have enough funds to execute. So it was a bit frustrating. First things first, in a meme museum, we need memes. So I need temporary walls so I can put memes on the walls. So I went to Home Depot and bought these pink insulation foam walls that you can get for really cheap, and they're pretty big. They're like 4 feet by 8 feet. And I bought paint to also paint them over for decor. And so me and my partner, and I even had like my brother helping out. And so we're over here trying to build it out, and I'm painting the walls, cleaning out the space, and we're figuring out like, oh, we should add this here, we should add that there. And I started thinking like, whoa, you know, the storefront space isn't big enough. Like I feel like we should add more to it. And this space did have a basement unit, right? But it was disgusting. It was filled with dust, spider webs, a bunch of junk everywhere that, you know, it just took up the whole entire basement. And I knew at that point, like I need to use this basement, but I need to clean it up real good in order for people to actually want to go down there. So I decided I just need to clean it. And I was in Army Reserves at the time, so I had mop gear in the trunk of my car. And mop gear was this like protection that you use in case of chemical or biological attack, so it protects you from all the elements. And I was like, this is perfect, right? It covered me from head to toe, so there was no way for any dust or mud or anything to get on top of me, right? And I was even using the gas mask to kind of help, because I was blowing away all of the dust with this one special blower that I had. Great idea, right? Wrong. That same night after using the mop gear, I remember my hands were being itchy. So I remember like scratching my hands a bit before going to sleep. And then the next morning I woke up and both of my hands were swollen red. They literally looked like fake glove hands. Like it was bad. Like my hands were red and I was like, what the hell just happened? Like, what is this? I ended up going to the doctor and they were like, whoa, that's bad. You should go to the hospital. So I went to the hospital and they were also like, whoa, that's bad. Let's run some tests. After a full day and a lot of hours at night, overnight at the hospital, they pretty much ruled it that it was an allergic reaction to the latex gloves that I was wearing. I've worn latex gloves before, but that never happened to me to that extent, you know, and I never got itchy hands or anything like that. It was so weird. So the doctors just gave me some ointment and I just had to wait for my hands to heal back up because I couldn't even squeeze them. I couldn't grab anything because my hands were so swollen, so I couldn't even move them like this. And it took a whole week for the whole swelling to go down. And that whole week, I didn't make any progress building the meme museum. And I remember at this point, the meme museum was supposed to open in 2 weeks. There was so much to do, but like no time, and we were getting closer and closer to the day. Me and my partner at the time started going ham.
Then we gotta check. Triple threat. Triple threat. You are looking at a triple threat. Triple threat. Triple threat. You are looking at a triple threat. We can go from the videos on the internet. If you say you really like that, then we gotta check.
The grand opening day arrived. By this time, the meme museum was 95% complete. Like we had everything done that we thought was gonna make a great experience, except for one thing. We didn't have all the memes up on the walls. I remember looking at my partner and I was like, today's the day. Today we open. How the hell is this a meme museum when there's no memes on the walls? The doors were supposed to open in 30 minutes. I remember me and my partner still putting up memes on the walls, and we were like, boom, get a needle, bam. Boom, get another one, bam. So my partner started checking people in while I was still putting some of the last few memes on the walls, and we just barely made it. Although it wasn't exactly what I envisioned, the meme museum was a huge hit. Man, our tickets were selling out every week. People were enjoying the experience, walking around, laughing, browsing memes with their friends. People were buying the meme merch and gift shop items we had. Lots of selfies everywhere. Group pics and photos were being taken left and right. People were tagging us on Instagram. It was nuts. Then we started getting hit up by news stations like Chicago Tribune, WGN News, ABC7 News, Univision News. Like we were even on the Spanish news stations. And even our BYOB tickets were also getting a lot of traction, and it was a fun crowd. Our meme museum literally went viral in Chicago and it sold out. I never expected this project to blow up like this, like at all. We spent about like $3,500 to $4,000 to build it out, like with everything. And we had no experience running pop-ups or any type of event like this at all. And at the end, we probably made around $6,000 to $8,000 after paying rent and after all of the expenses were paid. And I didn't really care about the money from the beginning because again, that's why we weren't even charging. It was a free event. I just wanted to give people a place to come in and experience something unique. We grew our recognition and gained a lot of exposure because of it, and I wouldn't trade that for money, ever. Especially after what happened after the meme museum. So about 2 weeks before the meme museum was ending, people started coming up to us and asking us like, when's your next pop-up going to be? Given that Halloween is around the corner. And I remember I looked at my partner's eyes and I was like, I love Halloween. Guys, that's gonna wrap up today's video. And again, there is another video coming out after this, part 3 of this whole series of all these events that have folded within 6 months. So make sure you stay tuned to watch that next video, because that one is crazy. We made 10 to 12 to even 20 times the amount of money that we made from this last part. It went very viral in Chicago. If you guys want to follow my journey on becoming a content creator, make sure to subscribe, like this video, hit the bell icon, leave any comments down below. You know, I started documenting all of the actions and moves I'm taking so I can share with you guys in hopes that maybe it will inspire you or that you can share some for yourself as well. And that's gonna be it for today. I'll see you guys on the next video. Peace.
Triple threat.